So I created this streak detector, okay? So for the past two videos, we've been learning the streak detector, okay? And we've been learning how to apply it to CTB, which is the me and you column. All right, and when you net these two together, you get a net bet, or what I call the dimension number one column, okay? And so for the past two videos, we've been learning how to do that, and we've been playing an ongoing game to make the game longer. Okay, in the last video, I was hoping that we would lose. Okay, I was hoping that the CTB, even with the streak detector, would run into about 4 or 5 losses in a row, in which it did, even with the streak detector. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was the real thing, you know, of what can happen, and it happened. And I'm very proud of it. Okay, because this is the thing. Even when the CTB is losing, even with the streak detector, the dimensionals will catch it and turn it around. So this is what the CTB dimensionals is all about. Okay, so when it's doing good, the CTB dimensionals, now everything from D1 on, everything like D2, D3, that's the dimensional part of it. The D1 is just the net bet of the CTB with the streak detector, okay? In other words, if you didn't even play the streak detector, you would play the CTB, okay, which is the me and you column, okay? And you can net the bet. If you wanted to play it with two people, you would play this and that, and then after the shoe, you would count the money up, okay? And basically, you can, by netting the two together, you can actually play it by yourself, but just put it on the scorecard. That's the reason why I say 1 minus 1 equals 0. 2t minus 1h equals t. Okay, so this is the CTB with the streak detector right here. Now, yesterday, or the last video, the second video, the ongoing game video, that's what it's entitled, I introduced the concept of the shrink column and what we're about to learn. So I actually introduced the area in which I'm headed for the training. Okay, and today I'm going to actually fulfill my commitment to show you about the dimensionals part. Okay, so imagine the CTB doing well on its own, and when it runs into a bad situation, like you see here at the end, even though we were detecting the streaks and we were staying out of the streaks, the CTB with the streak detector can still lose. Okay, it's not quite that often, but what I'm saying is that when you add the dimensionals to it, it gets even stronger. Now what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take the data that we've already played, and I'm going to introduce the dimensional number 2, and I want to show you how to create that. Okay, and we're not going to flip any coins tonight because we already have data, so I can show you, and I can show you the significance of what the CTB dimensionals is, because honestly, you don't know what it is. Okay, so I have to show you the significance of what we're doing. After I show you the significance of what we're doing, you are not going to be able to sleep tonight, I guarantee you. Okay, so I have 22 years of experience. I know a good thing when I see it, and I hope that you do too. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a seasoned player. I need you to understand the significance of what we have here, okay, and what we're trying to do, and what we are doing, and what we've already done. Okay, so yesterday I'm thankful to get all that out of the way, okay? And it's hard sitting here talking to a computer, okay? Instead of a real face. But if I had you here at my office, I can show you. I think I could show you better. But actually, I think I'm doing a pretty good job. People are telling me I'm doing a good job. So let's just go. So yesterday I introduced what we call shrink. Okay, that's what we're doing. We are shrinking the data down to weed out the losing bets until a winner is picked. Okay, and this is all amazing stuff. Okay, so I introduced the concept of shrink. And I had one of my clients call me and say, hey man, are we calling it the shrink column now? No. Okay, we're not calling it the shrink column. But I want you to think in terms of shrinking. Let's say that you had a bucket with 5 apples in it. Okay? And then mysteriously somebody stole one of the apples, and now you have 4 of them. Okay? And then the next day, mysteriously another apple was stolen. Now you have 3 of them. Your apples are getting shrunk down. Okay? They're diminishing from your eyesight. Now what if we can take the losses and do the same thing? So just follow me. You don't know what we're doing. The only way you're going to know what we're doing is to watch every minute of this video. And then maybe at some point at the end of the video, it's a light bulb is going to go off in your head, and you're going to say, I know what Donnie is doing. Okay? So, and pretty much you probably already know what we're doing so far up to this point. But so let me introduce the shrink mechanism right here. Okay? Now, of course, we've already got this data, but I want you to think in terms of one line at a time for right now. Like, none of this shit ever happened yet. Okay? Now, if it says no, that means it's no all the way across the board. Okay? Now, I'm going to change the name of shrink and shrink 2 down to, just for shits and giggles, Obama and Trump. Fictitiously, we have Obama and Trump on our scorecard. Okay? Now, we are going to introduce a new column, and it's going to be called D2, or the net of Obama and Trump. Now, so we've got that line out of the way. Okay, that line happened. Now the next line happened. Okay, now this is going to be your scorecard now. This is your scorecard. Yesterday I said this was your scorecard, but now since we're introducing new columns to the system, this is going to be your scorecard. And believe me, it looks like a lot of stuff, but it's not. You're going to learn how to speed things up. But for right now, I'm typing this stuff out on my laptop, and I'm showing you how it works. I'm not showing you the shortcut yet. Okay, I'm not showing you the shortcut yet because I want you to learn why it works and how it works. I want you to see it. So that's the reason why we have a screen full of stuff. But what if I can show you a shortcut to do this? Okay, a shorter way of doing this. And it all has to do with the pencil and the paper that you're writing on at the baccarat table, okay, or the paper and pen that you're writing on at the desk that you are playing online with. Okay, so anyway, this is a scorecard method. You have to have the scorecard in front of you, and you have to understand how it works first. That's what we're doing, and then you want to learn how to efficiently make things speed up, and I call that pencil scratch. Okay, we're going to learn how to pencil scratch. Okay, all right. So Obama and Trump. Okay, so this line has been taken care of. Okay, the next line. We have a 0 for D1. That means we have a 0 here. Everything goes to 0. We have a no. Okay? So this is no. This is no. No bet all the way across. Okay? It's not hard as you think. Look at all that free space that you didn't have to write down. All you had to do is put 0, 0, 0, 0. And if you want to, you can leave it blank, okay? Or if you just want to put a little mark on your paper, you know, what happened? Okay. If you just want to put a little mark on your paper, like a little dash or whatever, to signify zeros all the way across, you can. The reds, on my scorecards, I don't write the stuff down sometimes, you know, on the blank spaces. All right. So now the next line after this line, of course, after this line. All right, the next line comes here, right? And we have a yes, we have a green light. Well, 2t minus 1h equals tails, right? So when you get a piece of data here, it's not a 0. That means that you can continue. Okay, so Obama has 1t. Obama follows what just came out. And this is what I call the call out. Okay, a tails was called out as a prediction for D1. If you get a prediction for D1, that means that you can proceed. Okay, so this is more like a green light for the Obama and Trump. This was a green light for the me and you column. And once you get a call out, a net bet call out, a prediction for D1, you can treat this as a green light for Obama and Trump. Same thing, okay? Just think of green light. There's your green light. And the green light has data in it. And it can be red. It can be a red light. It doesn't matter. Red or green, data gets put into the Obama and Trump. Obama always follows the call out for D1. So it's 1t, that's the first. And it's the same concept, just opposites. 1t, 1h. So 1t minus 1h equals 0. Okay? And I know you can say, well, man, D2 is not getting any bets. I know. Because D2 is a shrunk down or shrunken down version of D1. Now I want to show you. Okay? So anyways, tails 1, so we have to log the data. Okay, watch. Now, so that line is done. So we go to this line. The streak detector is saying no. There's no data written on that line. So we go to this line. 1t minus 1h equals 0. So this means zeros all the way across the board. Okay. All right, so we're done with that line. So we go to this line. Streak detector is saying no. So there's no bet all the way across. D2 is still hasn't experienced a bet, a prediction yet. It's the 11th hand, and it hasn't experienced a prediction yet. But I want to show you something. Don't think like that. I want to show you this. Okay, so the next bet, it says yes, 2t minus 1h equals t. All right, so Obama